Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to Legend and Lore Stories. Before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends. And of course, drop a comment below to let us know what you think of today's story. Now sit back, relax, and let your heart travel into a tale of silence, secrets, and emotions that words can never capture. Margaret stood in the courtyard, gently watering the plants as the golden sunset painted the sky. The calm evening seemed ordinary, until Daniel, her son-in-law, stepped outside. His eyes caught hers, and for a moment the world stopped. Margaret looked back, startled, and said softly, "Daniel, staring like that is not good." But Daniel smiled, his gaze steady. "Some beauty is so rare," he replied, "that the eyes simply refuse to bow down." Margaret's heart skipped a beat, but she quickly turned her face away. Later, in the kitchen, the sound of chopping vegetables filled the room. Margaret's hands moved swiftly, but Daniel's presence changed everything. He walked closer, slowly, silently, and gently held her hand. Shocked, Margaret dropped the knife. The clinking sound echoed. "Daniel, this is not right," she whispered. But her trembling hand remained in his grasp. For a brief moment, the world blurred. Then he released her hand and walked away, leaving behind silence heavier than words. That night, rain poured down heavily. Margaret stood in the balcony, her shawl damp, her thoughts restless. Daniel stepped behind her, the rain echoing his words. "I wish this moment could stay forever," he said. Margaret turned sharply, whispering, "Your words are crossing the line." Yet when he came closer, the rain itself seemed to pause. His eyes locked on hers, carrying unspoken emotions. For a long moment, the silence between them was louder than the storm. Finally, he turned and walked back, leaving Margaret with her heart racing in the rain. Days passed, but the silence only deepened. One night, when the lights went out, Margaret sat on the charpoy in the courtyard. Daniel approached her once more. "In darkness, truths cannot hide," he whispered, holding her hand again. She shivered but did not resist. A storm brewed inside her, between right and desire. Another day, in front of the mirror, Margaret brushed her long hair. Daniel entered quietly. "I wish time could stop here," he said. She forced a frown. "Don't talk nonsense," she replied. But he smiled, eyes burning. "If this is a crime, then let me commit it again and again." Against her will, Margaret's lips curved into a faint smile. Emily, her daughter, was clueless. Sometimes she laughed. "Mom, you and Daniel share such a deep friendship." Margaret and Daniel exchanged hidden glances, lips sealed but their hearts wide open. When Emily left the house one afternoon, Margaret was folding clothes. Daniel stepped in. Their hands touched, their eyes met, and silence screamed what words could never say. Later, Margaret sat on the sofa, lost in thought. Daniel leaned closer. "Your fragrance fills this room," he whispered. She stood quickly, trying to hide her trembling heart. In the kitchen, while washing dishes, Daniel came again, holding her hand under the flowing water. She turned, their eyes locked. Mischief and surrender flickered in her gaze. Neither pulled away. When rain returned, Daniel handed her a small umbrella. Too small, forcing them close. Her cheeks flushed. "Daniel, this is wrong," she whispered. His reply cut deeper. "If it is wrong, why does the heart not agree?" Her silence was the only answer. Night returned, silent and heavy. Emily slept peacefully in her room, unaware. Margaret sat alone in the courtyard, lost in thought. Daniel came again, restless. "I can't sleep," he confessed. Margaret sighed. "Daniel, you must stop this." But he shook his head. "Even if I try, I cannot leave you." His hand reached for hers once more. This time, she didn't even attempt to pull away. Another evening, in front of the mirror, Margaret adjusted her shawl. Daniel stepped closer. "Your eyes carry words your lips will never speak." She turned away, her breath uneven. But when his hand touched her shoulder, her lips trembled, unable to deny. Her silence became her answer. One afternoon, Emily was busy in the kitchen. Margaret and Daniel sat quietly in the courtyard. The air was still, but Daniel's words broke it. "This bond will never find words, but in our heartbeats it will live forever." Margaret lowered her gaze, nodding silently. No promise was spoken, no vow was made, yet their eyes carried a world of truth. Their secret became their world, a forbidden flame, hidden from everyone, yet alive in every glance, every touch, every silence. Society would never accept it, but their hearts had already surrendered. This was not a love of loud declarations. It was a love of stolen moments, trembling hands, silent glances. A love unvoiced, yet eternal. A bond never spoken, yet living forever in the rhythm of their hearts. And that was today's tale, dear friends. A story of silence, of forbidden emotions, and of heartbeats louder than words. If you enjoyed it, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Legend and Lore Stories.